Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how PA's Black Friday sales on the 3 Cronstone bundles, the Resplendent, Mystical, and Rare Cronstone bundles, gives us new information that supports our RNG box valuation methods. If you want to know whether or not you should buy these boxes with this specific Black Friday sale, we do go over that in our Black Friday 2024 Part 2 video, so you can go look at that. This video, however, will be looking more granularly on the information that PA has given us with this sale, how PA looks at these RNG boxes, and what we can use that information for. So, what even is the new information that was exposed this Black Friday sale? The most interesting thing is that the Mystical Cronstone bundle and Rare Cronstone bundles have never been sold on the Pearl shop before, by themselves and not part of any big bundle or as a bonus item. There have been some flash sales where they are sold by themselves, but for a random number of pearls like 10, 99, or 400 as an event deal. But other than that, they've never been sold as a standalone item with any real price tied to them. So, if we look at the Pearl store, we can see that all 3 Cronstone boxes are in their own standalone bundles with an explicit Pearl price tied to them. The Mystical Cronstone bundle is being sold 40 for 14,880 pearls and discounted to 7,440 pearls. The Rare Cronstone bundle is being sold 30 for 22,770 pearls and discounted to 11,385 pearls, while the Resplendent Cronstone bundle is still being sold 20 for 27,300 pearls and discounted to 13,650 pearls. Now, the discounted price isn't really as important as that price is completely arbitrary and based on whatever PA wants to set them as for the current sale. Now, of course, if you're buying them with the current sale, then the price would still matter to you, but of course, that's not what we're talking about in this video. The most important piece of information is of course going to be the pre-sale price, or the price on the left side before PA applies any discount. The Mystical Cronstone bundle is 370 pearls for 1, the Rare Cronstone bundle is 759 for 1, and the Resplendent is 1,365. This is after getting the left price and dividing that by the amount of bundles that you get. As mentioned earlier, the Resplendent Cronstone bundle has been sold before and has always been 1,365, but the Rare and Mystical Cronstone bundles have never had an explicit price tied to them. So why is the pre-sale price so important for the Cronstone bundles? One thing we know is that every time PA releases a RNG bundle that has a % discount tied to it, instead of a full price, the initial price is really how much they expect the average value of the box to be. This is usually the case for RNG bundles that only contain crons or crons and outfits. Now, of course, this is done as a scummy way to trick people into thinking that these RNG boxes are better than they are, since it's a fake sale. At full price, these boxes would have no value. They only gain value with the fake discounts. However, these fake sales reveal how much PA actually values these boxes at. So for example, the Mystical Cronstone bundle, they value each at 370 pearls. Now of course, if you only open one bundle, you can get between 50 and 2,000 crons, which is about 171.2 pearls to 6,848 pearls, as each cron is worth 3.424 pearls each. However, in this case, we're talking about the average value, which you will get closer to the more boxes you open. So if you're opening 1 million boxes, you can pretty confidently expect about 370 million pearl value, also known as 370 pearls per box. Since you get so many iterations, it will always go towards the average. Now again, this only works for crons and outfit RNG boxes that are sold their first time at a sale, not for all RNG boxes. Some RNG boxes, when they come back on the Pearl store after their initial sale, will have a discount and this doesn't apply to them. For example, the Azure Dragon Pouch of Fortune, they sold not on a sale initially and was sold for 900 pearls. That 900 pearls is not how much PA values that box, it is simply how much it is being sold on the Pearl store for. If the Azure Dragon Pouch of Fortune comes back on a 10% discount, it's still the case that 900 is not what they think the box is worth. The trick of putting some RNG boxes on a fake sale on their first release is a trick that PA only has done recently. Since consumers expect RNG boxes to be good value at full price, if PA puts a fake discount on cron-only boxes, people would assume that is even better than full price boxes, when in reality it is not. It just uses a fake initial price. However, from collecting data on a lot of RNG boxes, we've realized that this initial price is really the average value that PA assigns to the box. So the big takeaway is that this Black Friday sale on cron boxes shows exactly how much PA assumes each cron box is going to give in pearl value on average. Previously, we've only had one box with confirmed values, but now we have all 3 cron boxes and can see a real trend. So now that we have the end value, which is the real value of this box, also known as the average pearl value you can expect when you open this box, we can reverse calculate the value to confirm how PA values RNG boxes. Even though in previous videos we've made our own valuations or RNG boxes, we've never been able to confirm it against anything that PA has made. However, now we can. If we look at it quite visually, we can see that we have 2 out of 3. The initial data of the box, which is what the box contains and the rates of each items. We don't have how PA calculates these values, it's just going to be a black box. But we do have the final confirmed pearl value that PA values these boxes at. Having 2 out of 3 data points, we can find the valuation method pretty easily. We just need to use the data that PA has given and find a valuation method that gives us a number that is close enough to the final value that PA has, which can give us confidence that this is at least similar to how PA values RNG boxes. Now, of course, if you've seen my previous videos, we use a very standard quantitative method of valuing boxes by getting the chances or rates of each item in the box and multiplying that by the pearl value of each item. This allows us to get the contribution that each chance of getting an item gives to the overall value of the box. What it's doing is basically giving a weight to each item based on the chances of getting that item. A very high value item like 2000 crons will be put against the very low chance of getting that 2000 crons to give us a contribution value. We then sum up all those contributions to get the total value of this RNG box. This is a pretty standard method used in a lot of places, but we've never previously been able to check if that is also the method that PA uses for RNG boxes. We also didn't know if PA has some sort of weird back-end mechanics that may change how they value RNG boxes that we can't really see from the outside with just the rates and value of each item. However, even with that valuation method, there's also another anomaly that pops up sometimes when looking at RNG boxes. This anomaly happens when an RNG box has a chance of getting itself. For example, in the rare cronstone bundle, you can get another rare cronstone bundle from itself. This is a problem since to get the value of the specific RNG box, we need to multiply the rates by the value of each item in the RNG box. However, since the RNG box contains itself, we have no way of providing a value for that chance of getting itself, as that value would be in both the input and output of valuing a box. Historically, we've tried many different methods of circumventing this. We'll go over the 3 methods we've used to show the pros and cons of each one, and finally why we've settled on the final method. The first method we used way back was a way to put a placeholder price and just accept the fact that it would artificially deflate the pearl value of this RNG box. In this method, we would usually just put the pearl store price of the RNG box as the placeholder number. That number is of course always going to be lower than the average pearl value you would expect, thus deflating our valuation. Even though it may not be perfect, this method was extremely simple and very easy to understand. The second method we used was to run one or multiple cycles. For example, we would value the box initially with the box price, then replace that initial box value with the real box value we calculated. For example, with the rare cronstone bundles, we would initially put 400 pearls as the base price, get a total value of 661 pearls for this bundle, then replace the 400 pearl price with 661, and use the new value as the value for the rare cronstone bundle. This does help minimize the impact of deflating value, but does bring into question why we arbitrarily use one cycle and not more. It's also a little bit more difficult to understand. Now, the final valuation method we have been using for the past couple months when valuing boxes that contain themselves is basically distributing the rates of getting these boxes to all other items. This basically treats the chance of getting a box within a box as a reroll, and if there's a chance of getting multiple boxes, it counts as multiple rerolls. For example, with the Resplendent Cronstone bundle, there's a 20% chance of getting 2 Cronstone bundles. What we do is remove this 20% chance, double it to a 40% chance since we get 2 boxes, and distribute that to all other items by dividing every other item's rates by 0.6. For the rare Cronstone bundles, there's a 12% chance of getting 1 rare Cronstone bundle, and an 8% chance of getting 2. We distribute these by getting 12 plus 8 plus 8 for a total of 28, and of course dividing every other item's rates by 0.72. This is the valuation method that we have been using for the past couple of months, and it has been very solid, and it's a really standard way of valuing things. So now that we have our valuation method and our way to get past the box in a box anomaly, let's calculate the value of all these RNG Cronstone boxes and see how it compares to PA's values. If it's pretty similar, we can be confident that we are pretty close to how PA values RNG boxes, and there isn't any weird backend things that changes their valuations. If we get the rare Cronstone bundles rates and value of each item, and distribute the rates of getting rare Cronstone bundles into every other item, getting the increased rates, multiplying these increased rates by the value of each item, getting the contribution, and finally summing all the contributions together, we can get a total value of 762.67 pearls. This is extremely similar to PA's valuation of 759 pearls, which is again the pre-sale price of 22,770 divided by 30, the amount of Cronstone bundles given. This is the same for the mystical Cronstone bundles, which we got 374.05 using the valuation method, compared to 372, which is PA's value. The Resplendent Cronstone bundle is also very close at 1,370 instead of PA's value of 1,365 pearls. These valuations are all a couple of pearls off, which isn't perfect, but this can be explained with 2 things. First of all, PA values crons at 3.42 pearls instead of 3.424 pearls, which is their real value. The second thing is that there are some discrepancies in pearl conversion rates between global and Korean servers, so some issues can be due to that. It's not nice that there is some pearl difference, but only being a couple pearls off is honestly pretty acceptable. We are always looking for new methods, so if we find a valuation method that gives us the exact same pearl value, we will make a video on that. So all in all, what does this mean? What this means is that our valuation method of distributing box within a box's rates and multiplying that rate by the value of each item gives us a value that is extremely similar to how PA values their boxes. The RNG box's value is important since that is the average pearl value you can expect when you open any RNG box. Now of course, because it's RNG, you can always get more or less than the average value, but if you open multiple, it'll always go towards the average value. We basically have been able to confirm that our valuation method is not just some random math problem, but it is very similar to what PA uses. PA really loves to obscure whatever RNG thing that they can. We know this since even enhancing used to not show the rates of success, and PA still doesn't publish the rates of some RNG boxes that are only sold for silver or from events. Confirming our valuation methods using the values that PA exposed for these Cronstone bundles means that we are able to use these valuation methods for new boxes that may not have their values told to us. We would then be able to decide whether or not those RNG boxes are worth it to get. Even though this valuation method is pretty standard, we can confirm that this is also how PA values things, and there isn't some weird secret weights or multiples that they add in the back end that changes how they value boxes. Though it may not affect this channel specifically, since that is already how we value items, it does help confirm and prove this method to other people. So what can we really do with this information? In the future, if I'm not here to value RNG boxes or whatever box, Anyone can use these pretty simple methods to get a very solid valuation for these RNG boxes and also be confident that they have been double checked by PA. It's always good to have our work double checked by the company themselves. So, in conclusion, let's summarize what happened with this Black Friday sale. PA honestly really messed up by exposing the initial value of Cronstone bundles, something that they have taken measures in the past to prevent, as their prices have always been obfuscated by being a part of big bundles or as bonus items. Because their habit of making fake sales for pure cron only RNG boxes, by making the pre-sale price the average pearls you can expect, and the post-sale price what they are actually willing to sell the box for, we're able to find out how PA values these Cronstone bundles. Again, if PA just sold these Cronstone bundles at full price, you would on average just be getting the exact amount of crons as if you bought a premium outfit box at full price and melted it. PA wanted to act like there was a 50% discount when in reality they could have just set a sell price without the fake discount. Their underhanded tactic and laziness gave us a confirmed value of this RNG box. Using this confirmed value, we can reverse engineer a way to value every other RNG box moving forward, and guarantee that is also similar to how PA actually values their boxes. But all of PA's mistakes in exposing previously unknown information gives us an upper hand when looking at RNG boxes in the future. These boxes don't necessarily have to be pearl boxes, but can also be boxes from events or silver RNG boxes. We can get the value of these boxes as long as we're able to obtain the rates of every single item. Even though for PA this is kind of a random throwaway sale, the information we gain from it is honestly quite huge and really sets us up well for the future. If PA wasn't greedy by putting a fake sale, or lazy by making these Black Friday sales really poor and uninspired, we wouldn't have been able to get any new information. I will mention as a final side note that in this Black Friday sale, with the information that we know, these Cronstone bundles' actual pearl value is the pre-discounted price, and you're buying them for 50% off. What this means is that you're basically buying crons at 50% off. PA is currently selling premium outfit boxes at 50% off, so buying those premium outfit boxes is gonna be better than buying these RNG boxes as there's no added risk of RNG. That being said, I would also never buy premium outfit boxes at 50% off, so I definitely won't be getting these RNG boxes at this price. But that's basically it for this video. I hope you learned something interesting from this video, and I hope to see you all next time.